Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Jay Holloway. Today, we're finally going to be getting these empties out of the way. This has been a long process, but we're here. And I'm happy because I get to show you the items that I've been using or have used up, loved, liked, didn't care for, and can finally go in the dumpster. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So this is a fragrance channel, but we also are based in beauty. And one thing that we must do before doing our routines is clean the hands. So with that being said, I am clearing out the rest of the Suave antibacterial hand sanitizer sprays. This is the end of an era. This was during the height of the COVID, Disha, and this is finally over. This was the last one. So, arrivederci. You're also going to hear some thudding and some paper. It's trash. It's finally going away. So, yay. Also, Bath and Body Works had sales, and I picked up hand soaps. So, this is the Turquoise Waters, which I like, and the Self-Care Sunday. I bought another one, but that is currently in the bathroom. But these have been good. I love a good hand soap. Nothing like washing your hands. So yay. Another thing that I have been loving, which is going to seem kind of odd, but not really, is water. It's something that you need. It's going to hydrate you. And this is a spring water Callaway Blue. I think this is something that's exclusively in Georgia. Yeah, Hamilton. So good. My cousin told me about this because her friend gets it delivered to her house. And I normally just drink the Spring Valley. Well, I drink pretty much any water that's available, especially when it's cold and going to the Stanley. But this has been so lovely. I enjoyed it. Gotta stay hydrated. Now, another thing that I have used, Q-tips. I know you're not supposed to be using Q-tips to go in your ears, but I live for a good old eargasm. And I just like knowing that my ears are clean. I don't care what y'all say. If I get out the shower after washing my scalp, I'm digging in my ear. It is what it is. And also, cotton rounds, but you know, it goes without saying that you need cotton rounds as well. So, another area that I want to talk on, of course, after that is going to be some supplements, because I like to take my pills. I am a pill popper. That sounds so vulgar, but it's the truth. So one pill that I love is Advil PM. Baby, pop two of these. You're going to have a good night's sleep. It's non-addictive, so I didn't take them every night. I've had this over the course of like a few months, but there were some times where I knew I wanted to sleep good to be refreshed for the next day, and these got it done. So yay, PM. Also, this is an empty prescription bottle for my PrEP. Sexual health is important. Take care of yourself, whether you super duper out here in the streets or whether you date casually. Hey, get on it. Also, the fish oil pills. When these left, I was low-key hurt because I just love taking fish oil pills. They help with your heart and help with cholesterol. There's so many benefits to them. Of course, do your own research and see what works for you. But I enjoy these. These are the CBS brand. So yay. Another thing that I like since I've gotten older is making sure that I get my fiber intake. And these are the CVS brand. Now, typically these are going to be on sale. You might get them for like 2 for $20. Sometimes I just need to get the one bottle to hold me over because one bottle is already gone because I did the really big one or I've already done the sale. So I have one in my bag of pills and this one is gone. So yay, fiber. Helps keep you regular. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and mosey into some oral care. So one thing that's finally gone is this Colgate Optic White Advanced toothpaste. When it got low, I ended up putting this in my DOP kit. So when I would travel and go visit my granddaddy, I would have my own toothpaste. And this was lovely. It had like almost like a strong feeling to it, but that's to help whiten your teeth. So it did its big one. Also was the Crest mouthwash. And this is in Clean Mint. I typically get Crest mouthwash because I get the Crest travel toothpaste. That wasn't Crest, but you know, not the one that I normally get. But I keep this in my kit as well, and this was good. It lasted actually a pretty long time for it to be a travel. Now, typically after I floss, I would go in with a little hydrogen peroxide mouthwash before I actually brush, just to help get any debris off or whatever. And it's an antiseptic. So when I was dealing with some cuts and some issues, I used this and it worked. I love peroxide. And also, speaking of peroxide, since this is like the only thing here in wound care, I have Neosporin that I used when I was dealing with an issue with the cut, and it worked. And it was time for it to go anyway, so there's that. So that's it for like the wound stuff. We're gonna get back to the oral care. So what I have here is a tongue scraper, and this is by a company called Grin. I bought these on Amazon, and it came in multi-pack. Wonderful. Because I couldn't get down with the tongue scraper that's shaped like this. I hated that. I hated it. Best mouthwash ever. Thorough Breath. Brush your teeth. Use this. Your breath is going to be reasonably fresh and clean. It's not going to be offensive. And people will love you. Now, we're going to go ahead and mosey on into first aid, so to speak. After the Neosporin, then I would say the alcohol, top tier. Now, I like the spray. Now, I didn't just use it for wounds or anything like that. But if I shaved, of course, I used it. Then I also use it to sanitize my clippers and my razor. Good multi-purpose product anyway. Another product that I use to help clean is witch hazel. I love this. This really helped with cleaning when I had a cut. Also, this helped with when I shaved, and also when I was feeling lazy with skincare. Wash your face, rinse your face, and then go over it with this. And I was good for the day. So that's that. And speaking of face, let's go ahead and mosey on into our skincare. One cleanser that is finally gone is Butter, the Gentle Cleanser. And I got this from Ulta because I was running out of one face wash and I needed another one, and I used this. This is nice, gentle, clean, cute, really just gets the job done. I have no complaints. I would recommend and I would repurchase. And so typically after washing your face, I would go in either with my Heritage Rose Water, which I love down. It is just so amazing. It's a cute little refresh. Either just spraying on the face directly or spraying on a cotton round and wiping. I also use it like that. Or I went in with the Chanel Hydra Beauty Lotion, which is almost like a toner. And this is finally gone. So now I only have one Chanel toner left, and that's from the Lift collection, and my Essence. So those are still around. Also, oh, here we go. Child, I can't see this little desk. It's so crowded with empties. I have my cold pressed marula oil by The Ordinary. This, in my opinion, is just as good as a Drunk Elephant, and it's cheaper. It's still marula oil. Love her down. She was good for moisturizing, the scalp, or even just during a lazy day after washing the face and not wanting to do the whole routine. Going in with this, amazing. We love her for her service. All right, so now I think that's pretty much it dealing with the top of the body. Oops. We're going to go ahead and mosey on to the actual body. Yeah, there was something in the background like an 18-wheeler. You know how they blow the horn. Anyway, so one thing that I have been obsessed with are the Dial Gold bars, or just bar soap in general. But Dial specifically, I remember, I'm picking up trash. I remember being a kid going to my grandparents' house, my dad's parents, and they always had gold bar Dial. And it's just so nostalgic for me because, baby, it got you clean. And I shared a post from Tamar. Her channel name is Musings of a Curvy Lady. And she has this whole routine about making sure that you do not smell. It became very, very popular. Dare I say viral. And one thing that she had was an antibacterial soap. And this does help with, getting your body clean, reducing odor, and just getting you right. And especially during the summer months, yes. Another antibacterial bar that I just got into is Dettol. So if you know of any Jamaicans or people in India, Pakistan, over there, Dettol is like a staple. It's the equivalent to Dial. So this is like international Dial. So I remember Aya the Great, she talked about this, and she had the actual liquid. And my homegirl has the liquid too. And both of them say that it has a particular scent and it gets you clean. It's going to remind you of Pine Sol, but when you actually use it, it's going to be medicated scented like Carmex. So I got the original version, then I got the cool version. The cool version is currently in use in the shower right now. It doesn't actually cool. It's almost like Zest. But yes, they were awesome. And sticking with bar soaps, Olay and Dove are staples. Dove is a beauty bar. It's good for the body. Also good for the face during a lazy day in the shower and when you're getting clean. Love them down. And still sticking with the theme of the body, I am a lover of wipes. I am team wipe. So as you can see, these are the Honest wipes. These are the best wipes. I get them from CVS. I get the 4-pack, and I always make sure that I am using my CVS coupons to reduce the price. I think they end up being like $22 for the 4-pack, but I highly recommend these. They're good for when you have to wipe, when you want to wipe something off your face, off your body, and clean your hands in a pinch. Love them down. And in a pinch, I also got these. So yeah, same purpose, same thing. Especially when you're eating something sticky like hot wings. You don't want to run through your napkins. Yes, wipes. Now, we're going to focus on getting our bodies clean. And with that being said, I did finish some body washes. And I love Dr. Bronner's. So this is their almond, which was a lovely surprise. I was in Marshall's and saw this. And then the classic peppermint. You know, these are that girl. And the other one that I have currently is a rose. So get Dr. Bronner's. A good Castile soap is always going to get you right, no matter what. And then Twisted Peppermint by Bath & Body Works. I bought this during the sale towards the end of last year, and I'm happy that this is finally gone. It's like a sweet peppermint and low-key like a York peppermint patty, but she did her thing. She didn't tingle like Dr. Bronner's, but she still got you clean, and for that, we thank her. Now, when it comes to using them, I would use exfoliating cloths. This first one is from Bliss. It was a 3-pack. Trash, do not recommend. I did this because I wanted to replace my African nets, but I couldn't order them from my normal source. I don't know. I think Karen had sold out, and that's from Karen's Essentials. She's been featured on the Empties before. So that didn't work out. Then I went with the Exfoliating Hydro Sponge by Earth Therapeutics. This is not bad, but I wouldn't buy it again. I'm currently using it, and it's just not giving me my scrub life. Like, I need to scrub, and this is just not that girl for that. Now, what did work was these. They were in TJ Maxx, and it was a 2-pack. These were the closest to the African net. I'm going to have to find these again because I loved these. And I would use them for a while. They lasted a long time. But this is from Spa Solutions. If you see this 2-pack, go ahead and get it. Amazing. And speaking of scrubs, I don't want no scrubs other than a sugar scrub. So, Tree Hut, this is Dewy Daisy. Used her right on up. She was amazing. And another one that I enjoyed is the Dr. Teal's Shea Sugar Scrub with avocado oil. There's a napkin in there to get the water out. I really enjoyed this. Now, Dr. Teal's has one, like a relaxing peppermint. I rubbed that on me and gave myself a little light massage while that warm/hot water was hitting my body. Therapeutic. Highly recommend. Excuse me. Let me get my water. Oh. Ooh, that was so good. Let me go ahead and get something else out the way. When it comes to giving myself pedicures at home, I like to use this cuticle remover. Get a little basin, shake this up, squirt it in there. And this is after I get out of the shower and just set my foot in there. Get the cheese grater. After like 5 minutes to start scraping, that dead skin is going to come off your foot. Now, if you do that, have another basin of soapy water to wash off your feet, because this is going to leave your feet really, really slick and slippery, and you do not want to bust your butt. It's going to hurt. So yes, we'll buy that again. Now, to the body. We're going to focus on hair removal. And one thing that I like to get are the Gillette razors. I typically will get like a 4-pack, and I get these from CVS because A, I have a coupon, and B, I'm going to get like free $10, which I should, considering the cost of these. But with CVS, you could double up on the coupons. So it's always best, in my opinion, to get the 8-pack, because you'll end up paying slightly less than what you would for the 4-pack. And that's just with using the coupons. So I shave my head, shave my body, and these work. But mainly these for the head. Now for the body, I would use the Intuition. And this is an actual pack. So these work. They have the little cream on them, and you shave. And I'm not going to say you won't get any nicks. You'll get reduced nicks. Because I recently shaved, and baby, looked like I was cutting on my wrist. And another thing that I used is Nair. This is their body cream. What I will say is I like using this with gloves to smooth it over. And it doesn't have that strong pungent scent it used to have back in the day. I mean, it still stinks. It's Nair. But it has gotten better. I now use Veet, which I like. And it's almost, you know, kind of similar. But when it comes to shaving the head, I would use the Tree Hut Pink Hibiscus Shave Oil. I really love this product. This is a repurchase time and time again. There's one in the shower now that has that vanilla scent. But this is a yes. This does help reduce nicks, and it just gives a nice little slick so the razor isn't cutting and dragging. And then I have this post-shave soothing mist. This is something from Tree Hut that you can take or leave, but they have a whole shave line where it's like a pre-shave scrub. Then you go in with your shave oil. Then you go in with your soothing mist. And I think they now have a post-shave lotion, almost maybe like a lactic or glycolic acid. I don't think it's glycolic because that's going to burn, but something to that effect. And I haven't tried that. And if I'm honest, I don't really think I have an interest in it at this particular point in time. But yes, that's that. So now we are at pretty much body. Like scenting the body. One thing, oh no, pause before we go there. And I finished up this travel size of the Glossier Milky Cleanser. So yay. Okay, now back to the body. It's been hot, but the best thing to do is not stink. So I have deodorants. These are antiperspirant. I'm not one of the natural girlies. I don't need to smell. I'm too big for that. But I love me some Dove. So I have the one exclusively for men. And I love this scent. I've always loved this scent as it came out a few years ago. And this as well. I've always loved the cucumber, because it used to come with like a little mini splash back in the day. If you know, you know. But these, I would use these for lazy days after the shower, just spray. Or when stepping out, and to help control odor, you spray the areas and you go about your business, you stay dry. So we love that. Another equivalent to that is going to be Lumi. She's not for everyone. She promises 72 hours of odor control. I shower every day. I'm not waiting that long. It does hold up. It is aluminum free. You won't sweat. But after this dries on the skin, I do like to go in with like a baby powder, a dusting of baby powder, so I can control wetness that way. They have one now that controls wetness. I want to try that. And of course, for the nooks, crannies, and the underarms, and the boobs, Dove. Cannot go wrong with her. Always that girl. Always. Now, when it comes to scenting the body, the Miss Dior Biphase oil was deliciously lovely. It gave you that nice, light Miss Dior scent. And it was good with Dior's. It was good with Glossier, and it was just good by itself. I really enjoyed this. If you are a rose person, this is going to be good because this is the Fresh Rose Body Oil. Amazing. I really enjoyed it. Another body oil that I enjoyed, this is called Princess Robin by Brown Sugar Babe. This is their mini. This essentially is Love Don't Be Shy. And I would mix this with the Love Don't Be Shy dupes from Daucus Aroma. I think it was called Shy Love. This mixed good with Reckless by Roja and anything that's orange blossom based. This is going to be good. Now, another body oil that is gone is from Retrouvé. This is Balm Ultime. Now, this is something that is extremely old, and the scent started to become rank. So what I did was just use this on my feet. I do recommend you getting this if you are a luxury girly, because this body oil, after exfoliating your skin down to the ground, is going to be amazing. Tracy Ellis Ross uses this, and that made me try to pull the plug on this, and I bought this, and this is amazing. I went through 2 full-size bottles. Now, this is a treat to your skin. This is not going to be an everyday use due to the price. When you look this up, don't say nothing to me. I warned you. But you'll feel good. And one body cream that I finally finished that I loved is from none other than Chanel No. 5. And this is La Creme Court. And this is none other than the classic No. 5 scent. I would repurchase this. I'm not going to be in a rush because I have a body oil. And that body oil was like a limited edition. But I'm going to go ahead and use that because I don't care about limited edition. I'm going to use the body oil. So that's coming soon. Okay. Now, before we get to the fragrances, I'm going to focus on the fact that I used the Glade plug-in. So currently I am using the Febreze plug-in. Not too impressed. And with the Glade, maybe because I have an older plug-in, I'm not too impressed. I'm going to stick with my good old Airwick. It seems to get the job done. And also, one thing that I have loved is from a company called B Luxury Essentials. It's a Black-owned, woman-owned brand. And she basically has disposable wares like seat covers for toilets. Of course, she has her own sanitizer that's non-alcohol based. She has towel sets and compressed towels that you just add water, rinse, and use. And I love these. So these are great for if you're having like some health issues and don't want to contaminate your washcloths. If you want to remove makeup, these were great. They come in a pack of 40. And I just reordered like 5 packs. She had a Labor Day sale. Top tier. So I'm excited. So now that I spent 30 minutes rambling on about the things that I've used, part 2 is going to be on the fragrances that have been used up. So stay tuned for that. Please like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and stay tuned for part 2 where we go over the fragrances. Bye-bye for now.